Craving more football with the season over and the Super Bowl done? We're here today with former bad boy, NFL former bad boy, Brian the Boz Bosworth, and we're going to talk about the bucket list. Good morning, the Boz. How are you?
Morning, James. I'm great. Thanks for
Oh,
having me in. Yeah, let's talk about
well,
the
thank
bucket
you for.
list. It's awesome.
Yeah, tell us about the bucket list.
It's one of those shows that the way we compiled all of the information and put it in a half-hour show. It's kinetic energy. But what we did is we took 8 iconic universities to start with, and just kind of opened up the door a little bit so that people that have never experienced what it would be like to go to these great universities that have these rich traditions and histories, to see what it's like for those fans that are so passionate and prideful about their universities and their towns, and what it's like to be there, not just for a game, but the game experience, the game weekend, to go there early, to experience what the emotion and the relationship that these people have and why they're so passionate about their universities. But the unique thing about every university that I've ever gone to is these people want to share that energy with fans from other universities or fans that have never been there, because they've spent so much time carrying this tradition and these fun things that they do prior to the game and during the game and after the game with others, so that they understand what crazy is like for these people that live and die, not so much for the wins and losses, but for the camaraderie and the interconnection that they have with season after season and game after game, because the relationships that they've built over time is just an extension of what has happened in the past. And they're doing it now so they can pay it forward. And it's just an amazing experience to go to these universities and see how unique each game day experience is like for these fans, for the football experience to be on a Saturday in these great stadiums.
I like watching football. I like watching University of Alabama. I like watching Notre Dame. Unfortunately, I'm still a Mizzou fan too. So, I get to see it from the TV screen. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this happens on a week-to-week basis in the spirit of each school. Boz, I have to admit, I am so glad that you've had your cup of coffee and you're sitting in the studio way
I'm a
away from
Joe.
me. Because all I could think about is that commercial with James Harrison tackling that guy. And I remember the scene in the Dr. Pepper commercial where you take down your sunglasses and you have that look in your eye. You look like you're ready to tackle somebody.
You know what? I might be 55 and I'm feeling every play I've probably ever made. I've had, I don't know, 33 or 34 surgeries. I've got so many body parts that are replaced. I wouldn't change a thing. There's just something that's inside, athletes that pushes us, that drives us forward, that makes us do what we do. We're just never satisfied. We can't stop. We constantly have to hone our skills, get better, get stronger, get faster, watch film, beat our opponent. If we lose, we want to know why we lose and how we're going to correct that so it never happens again. The feeling of defeat is one of those things that we hate. We know it's inevitable, but the glory is trying to find that chemistry with the other athletes that have the same passion to go out and do the same thing, so that ultimately you get that one moment of what it feels like to be a champion. To win games is awesome, but to get to an opportunity to play in a championship game and have a championship run and finally, through all the work, get a championship. It's not the ring. It's not, it's not the banner. It's not the title. It's none of that. It's just knowing that the work that you put in to collectively is a driving force that you just can't put into words, but athletes know exactly what that means. And one of the great things about this show is I got a chance to interview a lot of these athletes that I've admired for years, and we all have the same passion, and it's just amazing to see that passion exists, not just in me, but in so many other players that have played, and they have the same drive and same goals and same dreams.
I'm looking forward to watching the bucket list on Crackle. Brian the Boz Bosworth, thank you so much. We really appreciate you being on Morning Blend.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you having coming in.